Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name, as always, is Bloodstained Wings, and today we're gonna paint Lenore. You've seen her in the springtime, you've seen her in the summer, even saw her twice in the fall. We don't like that one. So we decided that we needed to complete this series with a winter painting of Lenore. And here she is in all her glory. I had a lot of fun with color on this one, and I thought what a great way to start out the new year with just like completing a series and getting a beautiful winter painting to really just enjoy and embrace as much of the winter as you can. And how better to embrace the winter than by painting it. I had so much fun painting this, and I really enjoyed the colors of this. We have cadmium red, a little bit of cadmium yellow, as well as alizarin crimson and Prussian blue and black, as well as titanium white. So it doesn't really sound like a limited palette, but it does give off the impression of a limited palette. I love the distance between the water and then the hills and then the very, very foreground of the snowfields done with a palette knife. You guys know how much I love using a palette knife. And if you're ready to paint along, please feel free to grab your Lenore reference and all of those paints so we can get started. All right, I just want to say thank you again for waiting for my next YouTube video. I know that that they're a little slow in the uptakes right now, but so we, as you saw in the intro, are going to be doing a crazy winter scene for the last of Lenore. Is really what's going on. This is it for Lenore. This is the winter scene that we have been putting off. So we did spring and summer, and now we are switching to winter because we did autumn last time. Now, you may see red and think, that's not winter. Don't worry, it'll be winter soon, because I'm going to be switching to alizarin crimson very shortly here. And then from the alizarin crimson, we're going to be putting in a bunch of purple. Now, I have pre-mixed my purple, which is a combination of alizarin crimson and Prussian blue, and as well as some black, some lamp black, real classic lamp black action. And we're just gonna blend these together. I will blend them more later, but just wanted a little bit of blend between them. All right, we now have some semblance of some red sky, and we are now ready to dip into the purple, which is gonna be really dark, really quickly, which is kind of the whole idea, that it's basically going to be black. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, that is crazy. Yeah, I didn't need to prep this painting black because I knew how dark this color was going to be. That's pretty much how that works. When you know exactly how dark your color is going to be just on the straight canvas, it helps to know if you need to and how to prep your painting ahead of time. So I knew how dark this color was going to be. Especially when I added black to it, but I knew I wanted this like muted color, so that's why I added the black, so it wasn't so bold. But that's also why I used Prussian blue as opposed to phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is a much more like bright and intense blue. I do highly recommend, if you have time, to like really play around with doing monochromatic paintings. Just really exploring the colors themselves, because I find you learn a lot about the colors by doing that. I did a Huevember one year, which is a painting a day every day for the month of November, which is really intense. But I did one where I prepped each painting with a gesso background so that they were all the same painting. It was the exact same layout for every single painting, but I did them in all the colors of the rainbow. So I had like all the blues. I had purples that were more red, purples that were more blue, and then I had the, reds, and then from the reds I had the oranges, some that were more red, some that more were yellow, and then I had the yellows that I had, like the difference between the translucent yellow versus yellow ochre versus lemon yellow, and cadmium yellow. Like seeing the difference in all of those yellows really helps you to understand not every yellow is the same yellow, and I think it's really important to learn those differences. So I do highly recommend that if you have time to do something like that, just to learn the different colors and to play around with, paint and color. This needs to be darker on the edges here. The whole thing needs to be just a little bit darker all the way around. I've been a little skimpy with my paint apparently. There we go. Now we can blend that out. That is much easier to blend out. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use a blending brush to come in and blend this together. Just because they need a little help blending over here, and that one brush is great for applying color, not so great for blending it. There we go. This also helps to make it so you can't see where one color starts and one color stops. There we go. Blended. Crazy. It looks absolutely insane. Also, it needs more paint on this side again. I think there might be less goop on this side, is I think what's going on. I think there's less goop here, which is why it's not blending as well. And it's not applying so well. So let's grab a little bit more goop. Let's see if that'll help. There we go. That looks a little better on that side at least. There we go. That looks a lot better actually. There we go. Just gonna continue these circles outwards to kind of get rid of any of the, side-by-side strokes of applying color. Make it look more sky-like. And having a little bit more variation in those colors because of sky, as opposed to, because I was applying color badly. All right, we now have this crazy shenanigans, which looks epic, but we're not done because we need to have the ground, like the waters. Because there are waters here. If you want to see the reference to the other painting, please feel free to do so at any point in time. But there are waters in our Lenore painting. So we're just going to go ahead and apply this darker color here. And then actually, you know what? The whole bottom of this painting needs to be dark anyways. So we might as well just go ahead and do that, right? I mean, we're not there yet, so we are kind of probably gonna get this on our arms because we did it this way, you know, now that I've thought about it. I've thought about it and I've decided that this was a bad idea. But that's okay. We'll just blend this out and I'll come back to it and make it look better eventually. But for now, I need to get the line between the horizon and the sunrise and all that kind of sunset, sunrise, not sure, it's winter. So, you know, that's just how that goes. And this whole thing is dark. So obviously already it's crazy dark, which is great. That's what we wanted to start with, was it being crazy dark. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about this part yet. We'll get there. For now, we're gonna do some like very fun, ridiculous clouds in the sky. I'm thinking of having them be this cadmium red. I think that that is really crazy, and having it being like these clouds are just like, you know, dancing up in the sky, being crazy. Oh yeah, that is insane. Fluff up the tops. Oh, beautiful. Love the insanity. It's so subtle. It's so subtle. And that's how you know it's really insane, is that it's subtle. I'm gonna need more cadmium red, apparently. Whee! Good. Okay. Don't forget to blend out the bottoms. These goes very gently through here because you don't want to bring in that purple into the bottom of that one. So very gently on the end here. There we go. Blend that right out. Fluff up the tops. Oh yeah. Should have some on the other side too, right? Clouds should be everywhere. There we go. There's the insanity. Love it. Oh, I love it. It's just so intense versus the like muted purple. It just has this like crazy insanity. But like it makes sense that like the sky is purple because of this like crazy orange. That's a good cloud, you guys. That's a good cloud. Let's do another one right here. Well, I ran out of paint. I ran out of paint. It's okay. Come back in. We'll put another one on top. There we go. See? Layers of clouds. And then you just blend out the butt. Keeping this harsh line here, that is beautiful. We want to keep that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to blend out this part over here. I think this part looks really cool too, so we're going to leave that. We're just going to fluff it up. There we go. So it's all part of the painting now. Yes. Oh, those clouds are epic. I'm already in love with this. This is crazy awesome. Cool. Let's do more. Because, you know, the insanity can't stop. It can't stop, won't stop. Mostly because I'm really having fun with these clouds. They're like a lot of fun right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop some more in there. If you're having trouble with clouds, by the way, just paint more of them. That's the solution, is just paint more clouds. You're not going to get better unless you practice, so just practice. It is loads of fun. You're just doing tiny little circles and you're just like letting the brush like do the work for you. You do not fight the paint going crazy. You just let it go crazy. And then you just do a little cleanup at the end. Do one more cloud like this. He's a big old cloud. He decided he needed to be worthy of being on the same page as Lenore. He was like, oh right, this is for Lenore. There we go. And then we fluff. Yes, good. Love that. Love that. Notice there is basically no sun. I did that on purpose, but now I'm thinking about it and there should be just like a little highlight of one, I think. Just like a little suggestion. I'm gonna get some yellow ochre. No, I'm gonna get cadmium yellow. Yes. See, this is what we're talking about. You gotta find like the right yellows, the right everything. Yes, cadmium yellow is the one I want. Because it increases the intensity here, which is what we want. We want that increased intensity. Just getting a little bit on a liner brush. And I'm just gonna like highlight the edge. Like that. So there's just this like, oh, you guys can't even see it. Let's see if I can make it more intense. Can you see that? There's just like an edge of a sun doing something. So it's not a full sun, it's just a little like hint that something's happening. That being said, the orange here is not nearly what I want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is grab a palette knife and I'm going to add the cadmium red in very aggressively. And then I can highlight that with some of the yellows. Just grab the yellow and just dance that yellow through the middle here. Like so. So it really just like pops the edge there, which I think makes it look cool. And now using the same brush I was blending the clouds out with, I'm just gonna blend the edges here that I did the cadmium red in, so that that is all blended together. I grab a little bit of the alizarin crimson, I think, just to help blend this out between the two colors, because it is not blending the way I want it to over here. There we go. There. So yeah, now we've got this little dancy bit being all crazy, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this little bit of crazy to everything. Now we can start doing the hills. So the way I want to do these hills is that I want them to be lighter in the distance, darker in the foreground, but they're snow-covered hills. So once again, I'm going to grab the dark. Just, you know what? I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to cover the bottom in the dark that I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to do it now. Now is the time to cover the canvas in basically black. It's not black, it's purple, but it's intensely dark. So it gives off the impression that it is black, even though it is not. There we go. Fill in this middle section, which is hard to do because that's where the stand is for the camera. But that is okay. There we go. Okay, we now have some purple here doing purple things, which is, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the camera, I'm sorry. But purple. Ooh, look at that, and that's got that like nice edge over here. That's like a nice little hill. That is exactly what we're looking for because this is a nice little hill. There we go. Oh, I keep hitting the camera, I'm sorry. Okay, so the hills are going to be highlighted with yellow or white. We gotta paint the, I think white. I'm pretty sure white, you know, because I want them to be snow covered. You know, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how I feel about it. But we're gonna grab the white on our fan brush, or on our fan, this is now a fan brush. No, this is a flat brush. And I'm just going to kind of highlight where I want my hill to go. I may highlight this with yellow in the end, but this is approximately where it goes. This is my very faint hill, and now we're just going to blend it out. Now we're just pressing up and down to give it this like misty, snow-covered hill kind of feel. This is still very distant. At least it's supposed to be. In the actual painting of these didn't end up looking nearly as distant as I was hoping they would, but they do look nice. So, and we can't really change the layout of it now. So, we're just going with it. All right. Misty, snow-covered hill that kind of disappears into the darkness, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So that's good. Again, may come back and highlight that with some yellow just to give it that like it's the same kind of vibe. This one goes a little bit up and then comes down and basically goes across behind where the cabin is, which is over there. And now we blend again. And you want to keep these distances between the hills because it gives you that depth that you're looking for. There we go. We now have some faint hills. And then we got one more layer that we're gonna do before we paint the cabin. And this one is fairly close to the other one. Like so. All right. Just blending these together. And you can see they got progressively darker as they got more in the foreground, which is exactly what I was looking for. Because they're farther away from the sun. Okay. Now, I get to decide whether I want to do the highlight. I think I want to do the highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of that cadmium red, or cadmium yellow, and the cadmium red. I'm going to go for them both. We're going to go both cad. Both cad. And we're going to see about the color that it makes over here. It's like a nice pinky color. And I'm just going to touch the front of this. Just like that, just to give it a little bit of extra like color to it. I'm gonna clean this brush-ish. I'm just gonna drag it across a paper towel. I'm not gonna actually clean it. And that helps to just give that area a little bit more light that kind of matches the background. It needs it a little more intensity on that. There we go. Yes, and that just helps to like add to that like illusion that this one is closer and these ones are farther away. Yes, good. We now have some crazy light going on these hills, which is perfect. We're not quite ready for all of the hills that are going to be, you know, Lenore and whatnot, but we are ready for our cabin, which is great because our cabin goes here, right here, like so, and then across here, and hopefully a straight line. The camera's very in the way. I'd like to point out, camera extremely in the way right now. Okay, great. And then it comes down this way. Okay, that's our little cabin. It is a very little cabin. Yeah. Okay, cabin needs roof and lines and all kinds of stuff like that. So we're gonna start by giving him a snow-covered roof, hopefully. I'm gonna move this a little, I'm sorry. But I need the angle, I'm sorry. Huzzah. There we go, there's our nice little roof right there. And then he needs a line on this side. Beautiful, nice. And then we're just gonna get like a nice lavender color. And that's gonna be how we do the cabiny bits. So this has a little cabiny bit, this has a little cabiny bit. This goes like this in the peaky part. And then this part, we can go back this way. And this part goes like this. There we go. And then this part goes like this. Beautiful. Now we can grab our tiny palette knife, add a chimney, because Lenore has a chimney. Well, Lenore's cabin has a chimney. There it is. Little chimney. And I'm gonna cut off this side of the cabin. Here. And I think its feet are good, but there we go. That's a nice straight edge to our cabin there. Beautiful. And now I can give it a little black door. There, you see? Easy. I think there's a little window over here as well. There we go. Oh, there's a circle window. Oh, there's a circle window. Oh, goodness. You know what? Let's, because I've got the yellow on here, let's make that, hopefully, maybe. Like someone is inside of it. Maybe. Maybe. Solid maybe on that. Let's get maybe some of the cadmium red. Maybe that'll be more visible than the yellow. Ooh, there you go. You guys can't really see it, but like, believe me, it's there. All right. I've got some trees to do beside the cabin. How do these trees go? This one goes like that. There we go, and then there's another one that is off to the side, over here. There we go. And it's got a little guy going this way. You can only just barely see, but these guys are all like not really happy because it's winter and they are cold. They're like, oh God, where did the summertime go? That's what those guys are saying. Those guys are saying, where did the summertime go? All right, now we are ready for our snowfields, which I am very excited for because I love painting snowfields with a palette knife because palette knives are fun. You guys may not have known this already, but I love painting with a palette knife. It is so much fun. Okay, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna have to paint Lenore and then we're gonna do it again probably, but we're gonna come in here with our snow and just delicately lay down some snow. How beautiful that snow already looks. Oh, so beautiful. This is just a roll of paint on the end of my palette knife, and I'm just pulling it out on the canvas. It's not even like an even roll of paint either. It's like crazy and whatever, and I'm like, that's fine. There we go. We now have one side nicely covered in snow. Now we need the other side. There we go. more paint. This has to go all the way to the corner of the house. And kind of just slide down like that. Beautiful. And then this part of the house has like a little ravine-y type thing. Not ravine, it has a door and like a pathway. Which we will carve in momentarily, but I'm just trying to think of the angles of how this is laying down. Oh, that was a good one. I like the little wriggly. It's a little wriggly. And I'm going to use my palette knife, my little one, to come smooch in here and give it like a kind of like a dirty pathway. So that's why the white is not like perfectly clean. It's all dirty little pathway. And then there's a snowdrift that is covering the end of it. So it just kind of sneaks through there. And you have this idea of where things go, which is exactly what you want. You want this idea of where things go. Now that that is done, we are ready finally to paint Lenore. Are you guys ready to paint Lenore? I don't know if I am, because I need more paint. Grab a smidge more of the Prussian blue and a lot more of the red. There we go. All right, that might be enough. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, Lenore was hang on. I gotta like have a reference here. Okay, we're good. Huzzah. There she goes. This is all very approximate for where it is anyways, but it's your bravery test. As Bob Ross would say, it's your bravery test. And then she goes right off the top there. Like so. And now we're just gonna thicken her up as she gets to the base. There we go. There. Okay. And then she has a big old branch that comes off this side, right about there. Okay. And then Lenore also has a little friend right here. Just like her little backup, person. For when you get into an argument and you need a backup person. That's who this guy is. Well, I don't think Lenore needs any backup. But, just in case someone gets out of hand and you need a backup person. All right. Now we get to do the fun bit. Oh, I hope you guys are excited for the fun bit, because I am. We get to paint all of Lenore's lovely little limbs. So she has a big one that comes off of here. Remember, if you're having trouble with your paint sticking, as I just was, and not flowing all that well, use more goop. Use more goop. And then it'll flow better. There we go. I am loving these colors. They are crazy, absolutely insane. It's wonderful. as I paint in the sky, I am reminded of all of the crazy color choices going on over here, which is just wonderful. I'm loving it. It's just so crazy. Sometimes you just have to embrace the color demon who says, you know, just paint it all the colors. And you go, maybe I should. And it goes, all of them. And you go, okay, I'll do it. I don't know how this is gonna look, but we'll do it. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Other times it looks flippin' gorgeous and you are so glad you did it. This one is one like that, and I did another one that was alizarin crimson and viridian hue. Ooh, that one looked really good too. I liked that one a lot. If you guys have any fun color combinations that you've done in the past that you want to talk about, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear about some suggestions or some color choices that I should do for another painting. If you guys have ideas of what would be crazy, like, you know what I've never seen, and then tell me, and then I'll be like, ooh, maybe I'll do it. Maybe you will inspire me. Chances are you will inspire me, because you're wonderful and just really in general very inspiring to be around. Mind you, it is January when this is coming out, like it's January 1st, just after the holidays, so Happy New Year, everybody. If you have any like New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals, I hope that you really commit yourself to them and make them happen, because I feel like we always say that we're going to do things and then we don't necessarily follow through. But I feel like this year is a different year. I say that every year. Last year was the year that I faced my fears, and I actually went to Europe in November, and it was wonderful, and I loved fighting my fear of like travel and like airports and people, and it was very, very worth it. And thank you so much to all the people who I was able to stay with and you know, visit and hang out with. It was so much fun. So thank you so much for that. I really genuinely appreciate that. I don't know if I can express how much I appreciate the fact that I knew that I had friends I was going to, which really helped to curb the fear of like, you know, missing a flight and getting lost in a country where you don't speak the language and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was really nice to have reliable people to be able to hang out with and chat with and ease my worries. So thank you to all those people. I won't name you unless you want me to, so that's awkward because you're not here. But thank you so much for that. Yeah, I every year I feel like there's like every year is different, you know? And last year was me fighting fear, and who knows what this year is gonna be. I don't know. Maybe it's the year of accomplishments. Who knows? I had a year a while back that was like I'm gonna be the most fit I have ever been. And that ended up lasting for 2 years. Which was great. I had, I felt really good for like 2 years. And that was the healthiest I have ever been. And I think I might try to, you know, do that again, get healthy again. Cause yeah, it feels good being healthy, honestly. So that's why it lasted for 2 years. But yeah, I think that that might be, but you know, everyone has health as a goal that they put on there, you know. But I wonder how many of us will commit to that. I wanted another branch on this guy. You know? Like he grew a branch in the summertime. Or at some point, who knows? Lenore is clearly growing because I feel like adding more branches to Lenore. Because I'm having too much fun painting branches, which is very classic of me. These videos always end up being far too long because I'm painting too much of the branches, and I like painting the branches. Anywho, we need to do highlights on the base, so we can do that. We're just gonna grab, well, technically Lenore is a birch tree, so we're grabbing some white. At this point the light has dissipated and it's just kind of glowing off of the ground here. The ground is too white. It's just too white. So we're just gonna muddle up the ground a little bit. A little bit of color, just muddle it up. I feel like it's too bright. There we go. There. Obviously, I'm not going to touch this part, which I loved, so we're leaving that. There we go. We did it! Guys, we did it. We did a painting. I'm so proud of us. Once again, want to say thank you real quick to literally everyone who is constantly supporting my stream and my YouTube and my life. Thank you. Because without you, this would not happen. So thank you so much. I am removing the tape, but I wanted to say thank you so much. I will put pictures up here. You can see it on the side of how this turned out without the tape. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you so much to all of my Patreon supporters whose names are scrolling by. I very much appreciate your existence. You guys definitely help me to get through the holidays and get through any of the dark times in the winter, because the winter is brutal. I hope you guys are ready for the winter, and if you're not ready for the winter, please know that there are people out there who love you and care about you, and I am one of those people. You deserve to be loved, and you are loved. And I will see you guys next month. Mwah.